There have been a couple of unique colored Pokemon in the anime. They weren't shiny, I can tell through my scientific analysis, but I thought it would be fun for a bit of a shorter video to take a look at some of these Pokemon and what would happen if they had some special evolutions for them. There's gonna be some twists and turns in this video, so stick around for all of them. Let's start with the most famous example of these Pokemon and the one I remember the most, the Crystal Onix. I think everyone still holds out some hope that the Crystal Onix will come back as some kind of regional form or convergent form. But just like my dad when he went out for milk, he's never coming back. That's a joke. Love you, Dad. It was a majestic episode, and so I wanted to make a special Evo for this one. Now, I know it's called Crystal Onix, but I thought it was fitting to make the Pokemon into Crystal Glass. It's got crystal in the name, it's fitting enough. And it lets me make an interesting concept that branches a little bit away from it being just an Ice-type Onix. And in the episode, the character Mateo made glass sculptures, so this could even be his ace Pokemon. Not Charmeleon anymore, get out of here. This Onix is smoother and resembles sort of an array of glass jars stacked on top of each other, all kind of fused together. I went sort of a middle ground between Onix and Steelix in terms of looks here. But for our Borolix here, its main gimmick is its new fire typing, and ability to blow glass. Their tail is this ball of molten glass that it puffs air into with some flecks of coloured shards to make new parts of its body. Or maybe make little Pikachu sculptures that we never ever see again in the anime. We do say goodbye to the ground type, but whatever, we have enough rock ground types as it is. Borolix, the glass blower Pokemon, a rock and fire type. Borolix evolves from a special type of Onix using a fire stone. Borolix's body is made of a glass-like substance, and when it shatters, it's not a problem. Their bodies constantly exude heat, and they create new structures by pumping air into their tails, much like a glass blower shaping molten glass. The caves they inhabit contain special minerals that allow Borolix to change the color and patterns of their bodies, leading to Borolix of all kinds displaying unique appearances. Borolix have the ability Sturdy and Weak Armor. Let's take a trip to Pink Island where all the Pokemon are pink. And I'm pretty sure that's where the Pink Pony Club is situated, right? There are so many Pokemon in this episode that are just a whole lot of pink. I was initially going to pick Onito for this one, but instead opted to go for Rhyhorn, as we don't see its Evo here while we do see Nidoking. My idea for this one was to keep it down on all fours, give it a distinct Rhyhorn-like silhouette, but push it further towards something that of an ancient rhino, a woolly one in fact. When I think of pink, I think of sort of fabulous, natured, kind of like Aromatisse, so I thought of this calmer, more extravagant Evo for Rhyhorn with a bigger horn. Don't take that out of context, as well as a neck ruffle of woolly fur. I didn't want to get rid of the rocky plate, so instead gave it this more flowy look to the armor, looking a bit like a warrior's armored skirt more so than just full body armor. Another rock ground type I've stolen the ground type from, but come on, it's pink. I think fairy type should go onto it. Maybe not every pink Pokemon, but this one, yes, definitely. This is sort of a pony, right? Rhyhorn, the pink wool Pokemon, a rock and fairy type. Rhyhorn evolves from Rhyhorn after consuming 30 Pincan berries and reaching level 42. Rhyhorn can only be found on an island where special berries known as Pincan berries grow. Their diet of these specific berries is the key to their existence there. Their armored plates give way to a thick coat of woolly fur, which helps keep them insulated. They will even gather with their Rhyhorn offspring to keep them warm. Unlike the rest of their evolutionary line, Rhyhorn are incredibly laid back and rarely stampede, making this island a peaceful and calm place. Rhyhorn have the abilities Rockhead and Fluffy. Although only temporary for an episode, a golden Sudowoodo was such a good idea for giving it a unique Evo, I just had to. And the idea I had for it was so devious I couldn't say no. The idea here is that Sudowoodo gets its share of half of the Gimmighoul gold, meaning there's half a Goldengo out there somewhere. Oops. But this Sudowoodo then evolves, but not into just this golden child, oh my no. I wanted to keep the theme of Sudowoodo not being what it's supposed to look like, and of course Fool's Gold is the perfect thing for it. A Sudowoodo that keeps a bit of its false tree look, while also looking like a dirty gold bar was the initial idea, seeing as Fool's Gold is kind of a darker goldish color. But also the Gold Rush and old prospectors gave me the great idea for this crackpot Sudowoodo Evo that hunts for gold to eat, even though his own body isn't made up of gold actually. And we can give him the gold grills with a broken tooth from chomping down on too much iron pyrite, testing if it was gold. I gave this one the name Ghoul's Fold. Come on, is that not such a good name? It's a ghoul because of Gimme Ghoul, and it's Fool's Gold flipped around. Ah, I'm a genius. Ghoul's Fold, the Pyrite Pokemon, a rock and ghost type. Ghoul's Fold evolves from Sudowoodo after using 500 Gimme Ghoul coins on it. Despite its appearance, Ghoul's Fold contains almost no gold. Its body is primarily composed of a rock that resembles gold, with most of the gold absorbed during evolution, reinforcing its skeleton instead. Ghoul's Fold is constantly searching for minerals and uses its rocky hand to mine for them. It will then greedily chew on the minerals, sometimes breaking its teeth, which only intensifies its desire for gold. And I kept the rock type because, you know, it would be funny if the gold Pokemon was steel type, but it's not a steel type because it's fake gold.
I love gold!
Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to not miss a video, and help support me. It's free and may just turn me pink. My lawyers have advised me that I cannot guarantee this, but did say that if you like and sub, there's a guarantee of new videos. I've talked about the Snow Snorlax before, a weird little Christmas variant I guess, but I thought of a terribly good name for an Evo for it, so I had to do it to him. Ready? Snorlax. Yeah, it sucks, I know, it's great. My idea was a sort of weirdly shaped Snorlax that plays off a bit of something like Galarian Darmanitan Zen mode, giving a bit of snowman idea to it, but also adding in a splash of igloo to the design. The Snorlax could sleep or even in its idle animation tuck its parts up into its body and look a bit like an inviting igloo. Till you notice the door is just a pattern on a belly and then you get crushed by a heavy boy. I do feel like their arms would be kind of difficult to use in such situations, but the whole idea is that Snorlax doesn't do things. Why would it need arms? At least now it can sleep sitting up thanks to that flat bottom it's got there. Maybe the carrot is a bit too on the nose. Well, I guess not on the nose because this snowman is eating it here, but what do you expect from a very hungry Snorlax? Snorlax, the igloo Pokemon, a normal and ice type. Snorlax evolves from Snorlax after using an ice stone after reaching level 50. This curious evolution seems to occur more frequently in Snorlax that live in icy biomes, possibly as an adaptation to help them survive the bitter cold. Snorlax have a squishy body that allows them to tuck their head and limbs inside, keeping themselves warm during blizzards. In this form, they resemble an igloo. If a desperate traveler happens by, Snorlax may hug them to provide warmth. Snorlax also have a fondness for special carrots found in snowy areas, which are packed with nutrients. Snorlax have the abilities Snow Cloak and Thick Fat. Our final of the video is another famous one in the purple Kecleon. I always thought that was Kecleon's normal shiny, but nope, that Kecleon brother from Mystery Dungeon is just a real special one. So let's give it a special evolution. Monster Hunter Pokemon time! A purple chameleon Pokemon instantly made me think of Chameleos, that goofy but awesome looking Elder Dragon. He even loves items just like the Kecleon brothers. This is exactly what I set out to do, adapt a Kecleon to the shape of Chameleos, with this large tongue and head attached to a long neck and smaller body, but with some thick legs for walking all around the jungle with big swag. No wings though, but Kecleon already has those spiky back bits, which worked well to adapt to that part of him. I can imagine this Kecleon Evo being a bit of an item stealer too, using the long tongue to scoop up berries from Pokemon. I love the weird glowing tail bits the cloaking organ Chameleos has, so I gave Kecleon's Evo a bit of that sort of bioluminescence for them as well. I'd use this in game, it's just too slick. Kecleos, the Elder Pokemon, a normal and dragon type. Kecleos evolves from a special Kecleon after using 100 different items on it. Deep within jungles, these special evolutions of Kecleon reside. Kecleos hide by bending light around them, making them nearly invisible. When someone gets too close, they use their large tongue to grab and steal items, with a particular fondness for berries. Their solitary and covetous nature has made them quite feral and unapproachable, making them an unpopular choice for starting trainers. Kecleos have the abilities Color Change and Pickpocket. So 5 newly colored and evoed boys, what did you think? Comment below what you thought of the designs and if there's a unique colored Pokemon from the anime or otherwise that you'd like to see an evo for. And again, remember to like and subscribe, it helps me a lot. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.
Open your hands up, son.
I don't really want this.